So you want to get a job in tech, but you have no idea where to start. I'm currently a QA tester for a tech company at the moment, and I want to show you how I got to where I got, as well as any tips or tricks to get into the industry when you have absolutely no experience and no degree whatsoever. To start off this video though, I do need some coffee, so we are on our way to Starbucks to get a cup of coffee real quick. So while I'm in line for Starbucks, I want to give a little bit of background on myself. I am currently 23 years old. I just turned 23. I have no college degree and I had virtually no experience when I started in this tech company. I originally went to college for a nursing degree, trying to follow in the footsteps of my mother. Realized it wasn't for me. After changing degrees about 3 or 4 times, I was like, you know what, it's over, I'm not into this. It mainly happened around the pandemic. Because of the pandemic, everybody went home, we all had online classes. I transferred to my local community college where I was going to keep pursuing the nursing degree, and then I realized I have absolutely no interest in this. I was completely miserable studying into a degree that I did not want to do, spending thousands of dollars every single semester for a degree that I knew I wasn't going to be happy in the long run. And I was always interested in the tech industry, specifically for a company like Google or Apple. That would be one of my dreams. Unfortunately, you don't really start there unless you have a degree. That's the type of job that you need a degree for, typically, just to start, but you can definitely work your way up. Hi, can I have a grande hot chai latte with oat milk and sweet cold foam? That'll be all. Thank you. Thank you so much. You too. Now that I finally have my Starbucks, let's get into the video. So I wanted to let you guys know how I started in the tech industry. My background of work experience includes retail in stores, in like the mall and like other little stores like that, as well as in a fast food restaurant. The majority of those jobs were a cashier job, paying like minimum wage or somewhere around that. That was back in high school. And then I ended up moving into a receptionist for an attorney's office, and then I moved on to a quality assurance coordinator in a bank, and now I am in my current position of a QA tester. So all of these positions were from like 16 to 23 years old. It was a lot of variety, but it was a lot of minimum wage, not really career type of jobs, just because I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do. And in that whole time, I was going through school, so either high school or college at the time, until I dropped out, and that's when I decided to start pursuing my actual career in tech, which I went through the route of QA, which stands for quality assurance. There are a lot of branches in QA of quality assurance, so it doesn't really matter which you want to go to. It depends what experience you have in the past, and what you don't have experience in is what makes it easiest to go into whatever branch you want. Mine is currently a QA tester, but there's QA engineer, there's QA software tester, there is QA coordinator, there's QC, which is kind of the same thing as quality control instead of quality assurance. There's a million things that you can do under that QA title. So let's talk about the experience I have. I'm talking about what I went through myself personally, so it might vary from person to person, but this is just examples of how I got to the position I am at the moment. I mentioned all the jobs I had in the past, which none of them were really a tech company until the tech company that I'm at the moment. When I was in college, my last job during college was the receptionist at the attorney's office. That's when I realized that I didn't really want to go into nursing. I didn't like what I was doing. It was around the pandemic time, and I realized I didn't really enjoy what I was studying or what I was going to be working in after I was done spending thousands of dollars in college. That's when I started doing some research online, trying to see where I can go, what career I can choose, what path I can take, and that's when I fell upon tech. So I always had tech in the back of my mind. I thought it was really cool. I know there's a lot of tech companies that have lots of perks, like Google. They give you like free food and free everything. They tend to be companies that make a lot of money, therefore they're able to invest that money back into their employees. The first thing you want to do when you are looking into a career in tech and choosing what field you want to go to, you want to look at your past experience. As you saw, none of my experiences were necessarily tech, but you pick and choose out of those experiences what can be transferred, or those skills that are transferable into that new position. For example, I had a lot of attention to detail. Quality assurance is basically all around attention to detail. So my first step was finding a quality assurance position in any type of industry. Just to get that quality assurance under my belt was the most important thing I could have done. So I spent about, I want to say about 3 or 4 months working for that bank under a quality assurance coordinator. That was able to land me my current tech job. So for example, if you are currently a teacher or you've had some experience teaching, you might think that might not be a transferable skill into the tech industry, but you'd be surprised how many soft skills you can transfer over without having those hard skills. So your best bet is to map out those skills that you have in those previous jobs and articulate them into your resume with how they relate with the job that you want. The salary range for QA is actually the lowest is about $47,000, and it can go all the way up to $130,000, which is really good considering that you won't have any degree whatsoever and you just get the experience along the way, with the average of $93,000. And this is all American dollars, by the way. So my thought process was, instead of spending 4 years learning something, spending money to learn that profession that I wasn't going to enjoy in the long run, might as well just work for experience. So in QA, you have an entry-level job starting about $47,000, $50,000. That's pretty good for an entry-level job. Let's say you graduate high school, you spend 1 year or 6 months getting some sort of QA experience, or you are lucky that you find it right away. Once you have those transferable skills in your resume from previous jobs, like attention to detail and good work ethic and all those soft skills that you know that you can put into your resume that you know that you have yourself, then you are able to start off at 18, 19, earning $50,000, which is not bad for your first job out of high school practically. After about a year or 2 of experience in the QA industry or the tech industry, but I'm personally speaking about QA itself because that's what I have experience in myself, you can start earning anywhere from $70,000 to $80,000, which is a big jump from $50,000 to $80,000. That's a $30,000 difference. That is significant, especially in this day of age where the average college degree earns you $50,000. You are starting off at 19 years old with no college degree, already earning what most college degree graduates earn. A quick disclaimer, of course, I know something like medical or law requires a college degree and they earn significantly more. I am aware of that, but I am currently speaking about a tech job with no degree whatsoever. That seems like pretty good money to me. So what I personally love about QA itself is that you don't really need any experience in coding or have any knowledge of coding, which is something that is pretty hard to learn on your own in my opinion. You really could start your job in QA with literally no experience whatsoever. You need absolutely no technical skills. It's all about the soft skills, and it's all about how much you sell yourself in the interview and how much you are willing to learn. Don't sell yourself short. So don't let that imposter syndrome tell you that you can't do it or that you're not able to. You really do have to sell yourself and really have to tell your interviewer that, you know, you are the best person for the job no matter what. You basically fake it till you make it. That is basically my motto in life. I feel like the more you sell yourself and the more confident you are in yourself and the more that you tell yourself, yes, I can do whatever I put my mind to, you will get there 90% of the time. Of course, some things are unreasonable. It's hard to dream, I don't know, that you're going to the moon, but even so, even going to the moon, you can literally put your mind to it and you can get there if you really want to. At the end of the day, having a job in tech is literally just telling yourself you can do it, telling yourself you don't need a degree, telling yourself you don't need experience, and just going for it. Doing whatever it takes to get to where you want to be. I'm currently working from home and I absolutely love my job. It is practically one of my dream jobs besides YouTube, which is my ultimate goal, of course, at the end of the day. But if I have to work in corporate America, this is the job that I would prefer. I absolutely love working for a tech company, and it's definitely something anybody with no experience and no degree can get into without a problem. If you guys have any more questions about my job or how to get in the industry or anything else related to the topic of this video, please leave a comment down below. I would love to answer any of the questions that you guys have. If you have any other recommendations for videos in the future, I would love to film any videos that you guys want. But without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned a thing or two, as well as had some inspiration on what to do if you're just lost or don't know what profession to go into. Thank you guys so much for watching. Till next time.